Hello and welcome. So today we are going to continue our VGC climb in ranked. I did put together a new team that I saw showcased by another PokeTuber that I have recently started to really enjoy. Her name is Oliviasama, and I put her information in the description, and I also put a link to her video that she did on this team, and an additional link to the original team. I did make a few little tweaks to this team, so it's a little bit different than the one that she showcased, but for the majority of it, it is totally the same. So what we've got here, and my camera here is blocking a little bit. If you can't tell, we've got Gothitelle up there in the first slot. And she is a Grass Terra. So, like I said, most of this is directly from the original creator of this team. However, my Amoonguss and my Dragonite are a little bit different. They had it set up a little bit different. So the Dragonite that they had was a little bit bulkier. It was holding an assault vest and was just an all-out attacker. And their Moongus had slightly different moves and was also Terra Water. And I didn't really see the benefit in farming a crap ton of Terra Water shards, so I just didn't. But the rest of it is as that team was set up. The star of this team is the Terra Steel Ceruledge. And essentially it will operate as our primary sweeper. Kind of the secondary sweeper would be Fluttermane here. Also set up identically to what they have set up. They also had really interesting stat EV spreads for these Pokemon. I didn't follow those exactly either because I didn't quite understand them, and there was really no clarification given. And I actually reached out to Olivia and asked her to maybe clarify, and she didn't understand it either. So she was just like, I just ran with it. So that's kind of the quick rundown on that. But this is the team. You can see the moves. Again, Gothitelle is a little obscured, but she is Grass Terra with leftovers, and her ability is Shadow Tag. But I'm going to get out of this screen for a moment, and I'm going to go out to show the EV spreads that I'm running. The Ceruledge is the only one that is exactly what the original creator intended, which to me again is very odd. It's not at all what you would expect. What you would probably expect is max speed, max attack, and 4 in HP. That's what I would have run. But they didn't do that. They did a little bit weird. So we're gonna take a look at those real quick. Whoops. With Gothitelle, they went very defensive with her. She is going to be playing a support carrying Heal Pulse. She's basically going to be the caretaker of the team, and with that Shadow Tag ability of hers, we can trap some opponents who maybe would want to switch out and not deal with any threat that Gothitelle would be supporting. Very tanky. She is also holding the leftover, so hopefully she does have some staying power when she goes out into battle. There wasn't any clarification for the Terra type of grass either. So the only thing that I can really assume is that the grass is there to be slightly more defensive if I were to be against an Amoonguss who wanted to spore me. However, being defensive and being kind of a support Pokemon, I don't want to use my Terra on it if I don't have to. Up next is Iron Bundle. Iron Bundle is to essentially set up a little bit of speed control with Icy Wind. However, nowhere in this team does it have a really good answer for Trick Room, which is something that I'm not super fond of, but we'll see how that goes. But Iron Bundle here is kind of our speed control and also a little bit of a sweeper, as it is set up entirely into speed and special attack. The star of the team is Ceruledge. As you can see, the EV spread is a little bit all over the place. There's not much investment in speed, but a lot of investment in HP, special defense, and attack. Again, couldn't really get any clarification as to why these specific stats. I think Ceruledge would probably be a little bit better off with just speed and attack and kind of do its job as a frail sweeper. But with this, it is a little bit tankier. It is a little bit more excuse me. It is a little bit more chunky. And with Gothitelle support, it should stay around quite a while and to be very, very annoying. It also carries Bulk Up to help patch up that no investment in defense, or very little investment in defense, I should say. And boosting its own attack. And Bitter Blade will of course, keep it alive, healing it every time it's able to get a hit off. Its Terra is Steel. That is primarily defensive, since it doesn't really capitalize on any steel moves that, or actually it doesn't get really any steel moves that it could capitalize on in that Terra form. Next is Dragonite. My Dragonite, this is set up a little bit different than the original creator also intended. Does have max attack. It does not have max speed, but it does have a little bit of investment in HP just to keep it healthy long enough to maybe get a Dragon Dance or two off and start sweeping with either Extreme Speed or Ice Spinner. It also does have Roost to get it back up to full if it has the opportunity to take advantage of its multi-scale ability. The next is Amoonguss, who is completely, or mostly, invested in defenses. It does have some investment in special attack to make good use of Giga Drain to keep itself alive. Again, this is another one that I made slight changes to. The original creator had Pollen Puff on it, again, to keep the team supported and healthy if it needs to, or use it as an attack. I opted to go for Giga Drain and Clear Smog, mostly to keep Amoonguss itself alive, and Clear Smog to try and control any opponent that wants to set up, or that I may let set up for whatever reason. Hopefully I don't let them set up. And then we have Fluttermane here. I am kind of bending my own rules. Typically what I like to do is I do like to hunt my own shinies and breed my own shinies and bring those shinies to ranked and VGC. However, this Fluttermane does not have my original trainer. I don't have Scarlet, but I do have plans this Saturday when we do our shiny hunt to join a union circle with a friend that does have Scarlet, so that we can actually do some Scarlet hunts. This one being one of those hunts. So bending my rule a little bit, this one doesn't belong to me. It came from a friend, but it is extremely straightforward. It's max speed, max special attack, 4 HP. Not really surprising either, with its Terra type being Fairy, and also carrying its typical loadout with Dazzling Gleam, Moonblast, Shadow Ball, and I opted for Power Gem just for some extra coverage. It is also holding the choice spec, so it might not get the full benefit of its ability, which is okay. Fluttermane is especially bulky, very good damage dealer, so hopefully it does its job. Hopefully it sticks around. It probably won't need that photosynthesis boost, but we'll see. Maybe I can take advantage of an enemy's weather conditions. But that is the team. That is a quick rundown of the team. So let's go ahead and get started. And like I said, if you want to see the team being used probably a little bit better than I am using it, Olivia does have a video on her channel where she showcases the team exactly as the creator intended and set up. They also have their rental code there, so if you want to use the team yourself as intended, go ahead and use that. Alrighty. Let's see how we do. On last ranked video that we did, or ranked stream that we did on Friday, we did not do the greatest, so I'm kind of hoping that we can have a little bit of a redemption arc. So it looks like we've got some pretty common threats. Could go either way, whether this is a Sun team whether it's a Sun team with Sunny Day on Arcanine. But it looks like those two, Arcanine and Amoonguss, are probably going to be supporting the damage dealers, which are the 4 Paradox Pokemon below them. So let's see. I might want to... they're probably going to throw out either the Arcanine or the Amoonguss right away, plus one of the sweepers, but I wouldn't be able to accurately choose who. Let's go ahead and... Let's go ahead and send out Gothitelle. Actually, no. Let's do Amoonguss, Ceruledge, Gothitelle, and Fluttermane. The reason why I want to bring Gothitelle in the back is if they have any threats that I want to trap, I can switch out the Amoonguss to trap that opponent. Otherwise, what I want to do is I want to get that boost from Ceruledge. I want to at least be able to bulk up once and see what kind of damage that I can do. And Amoonguss will do well to keep Ceruledge alive and keep kind of some of the pressure off of Ceruledge. Okay, so he goes for Amoonguss and Iron Bundle. That's totally fine. We kind of went very similar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Rage Powder here just to keep Ceruledge safe, and I'm going to Terra and go for a bulk up. I am anticipating that I'm probably going to eat a Hydro Pump immediately from that Iron Bundle. The Amoonguss might try to Spore me right away. Oh, it went for Protect. Okay. Totally fine. He's probably scouting out what I'm going to do. Freeze Dry. Okay. So he anticipated the Rage Powder and went straight for the Freeze Dry on Amoonguss. Either that... Oh, and I got Frozen. That's no good. Either that or he projected and targeted right into the Amoonguss, knowing that Amoonguss is going to be a fair bit of a threat as far as keeping this battle annoying. So, well, I think what I'm going to do is... Should I switch out or just let Amoonguss die? I'm going to hope for a thaw here. And I am going to start doing some work with Ceruledge. Oh, Amoonguss did thaw out. Excellent. Okay, so we get the Rage Powder off. Great. This will probably be the end of Amoonguss, though, which is fine. I'm pretty sure that I am going to be able to take out his Amoonguss with Ceruledge here with Bitterblade. And we do. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Oh, excuse me. And here I am hoping that he brings out the Arcanine, to be honest. I'm really hoping for the Arcanine because it was less of a threat than his other picks, but I doubt it. Alright, so we got Fluttermane. And that's pretty okay. Ceruledge isn't in too much danger with Fluttermane on the field. Let's go ahead and I'm going to get a Spore off on Iron Bundle. He's really... Actually, no. Iron Bundle is going to outspeed me. So let's go for another Rage Powder. He's probably going to predict that and go for the Freeze Dry and get the kill on Amoonguss. That is totally fine. I want to take out this Fluttermane. Let's see if a Shadow Sneak is enough. Fluttermane does have fairly low physical defense. So this is going to do a considerable amount of damage, but it might not knock out. And it knocks out. Okay, cool. And it was a crit. That crit probably mattered. I don't think that it would have knocked out Fluttermane had that not been a crit. Yep, so we see the Freeze Dry, which is to be expected. That crit probably didn't matter. I'm sure he's not exactly enthused with that crit. Alright, so what I think I want to do here... I'm going to go ahead and send out Gothitelle. My idea here is that I can hopefully get a Fake Out and gain some control. But he also has Iron Hands, who could also do a Fake Out. So I would have rather have done Fake Out on Iron Bundle, to be honest. But I think what I'll do is I'll Fake Out the Iron Hands. And I am going to go for a Bitterblade onto Iron Bundle. It's going to do neutral damage, but I don't think Iron Bundle is bulky enough to really... Well, maybe goes for the Hydro Pump. Okay. That's totally fine. We're going to get some HP back with that Bitterblade, so I'm not too worried about that damage, even though that was a good amount of damage. Okay, Iron Hands flinched. So we are staring down a very, very threatening fighting type. But what I think I want to do is I am going to go for the Psychic onto Iron Bundle and take that out. And I'm going to switch out to Fluttermane, anticipating that I'm going to take a fighting move to the face on... Ceruledge. And of course, Fluttermane being Ghost type, this will have no effect on me whatsoever. So we see a Hydro Pump go off. That's fine. That actually did a lot of damage to Fluttermane. Fluttermane is very specially defensive, so that's surprising. Hopefully I don't take any damage here, though. Let's see. Drain Punch. Yep. So he did not anticipate the switch out. Let's go ahead and go for a Heal Pulse on Fluttermane. Keep Fluttermane a little bit healthy. He only has one Pokemon out, so we're going to go for the Moonblast. Okay, he forfeited. Great. First battle went amazing. I think we made some really good predictions there that really panned out for us. That crit on his Fluttermane, I do think mattered. I don't think that a Shadow Sneak would have one shot had it not crit. So we got very, very lucky with that. Otherwise, we probably would have taken a bit more damage on our Ceruledge. However, being steel type, we would have resisted that. But in combination with the amount of damage that we took from that Hydro Pump, we might have lost Ceruledge there. So it is a very good thing that we got that crit. All right. And I think we made a really good choice in what we brought to the table. I think we made good choices, and it panned out for us. I do wonder, though, if Dragonite could have been very useful there. I really don't think so. I think Fluttermane and the Iron Bundle would have been a huge threat to Dragonite, so it's probably a good thing that we didn't even consider taking it. Again, we see Fluttermane and Iron Bundle, so let's not take Dragonite. It's probably a bad idea. We do see the Tyranitar. Tyranitar commonly uses the Flying Terra type, and we also see it with our old Bravest Bird buddy, Talonflame. So it's probably there to set up a Tailwind for the rest of the team. He's also carrying a Gothitelle to try and do some trap shenanigans. That's totally fine. I am a little bit worried about that Great Tusk, though. Great Tusk is very mean. Haven't fought one on stream yet, but I do have a healthy amount of fear and respect for it. So let's go ahead. We will bring... He's probably going to bring Tyranitar and Talonflame first. So maybe I don't want to bring Ceruledge right away. I'm going to bring Iron Bundle for some speed control. I think I'm going to bring Fluttermane, Ceruledge in the back, and a Moongut. Gothitelle in the back. We did pretty well with Gothitelle in the back last time. Although without that Amoonguss support, I wonder how we'll do, because I don't really have any good way to redirect attacks. So hopefully I can take his big threats down, the Great Tusk if he brings it, or I'm very sure he's bringing the Tyranitar first off, though. Oh. Okay, so we see the Talonflame into the Great Tusk. That is a-okay. But like I said, we are probably going to see that Tailwind from Talonflame immediately. So I'm going to go ahead for an Icy Wind just to kind of slow them back down. And we are going to go for... I really want to go for a Power Gem into Talonflame, but I think what we're going to do is a Dazzling Gleam. Great Tusk is a little bit more threatening than I want him to be, really. I hope, I don't know offhand if... Okay, so Tailwind, we knew that. Tailwind essentially gives them a +2 to speed, and with this Icy Wind, that knocks them down to a +1. I'm not entirely sure if a +1... Oh, Great Tusk just eats it. Okay. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I don't think he really wanted me to start with this combo. Okay, never mind. I was going to say that I hope a +1 Great Tusk can is slower than an unboosted Fluttermane. It was. So, that worked out. Alright, so we see a Fluttermane. That is a-okay. I want to go. I'm gonna go for another freeze dry and just really wreck that tailwind and mess that up for him. We'll probably get that off. Fluttermane will go slower than my Fluttermane, but we're kind of stuck in Moonblast mode, or Dazzling Gleam mode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead... Actually, no, I don't want to switch. I don't. I'm just going to keep on the... okay, he goes for a Moonblast, and he's much faster than me. Either that or we speed tag him. Or he's got a choice Scarf, because he outsped my Iron Bundle. Okay. Or I went for a freeze dry. That was really dumb of me. Oh well. I'm going to go for an Icy Wind. Iron Bundle should stay up. And we're just going to go for another Dazzling Gleam. I'm pretty sure that my Fluttermane is going to go... Oh, right into Iron Bundle. Okay. And Brave Spring. So, I made a bit of a misplay there. I went for the Freeze Dry instead of Icy Wind, like an idiot. But Talonflame takes itself out. That's totally fine. And we are going to go in with Ceruledge and Gothitelle. Alright. So he's got his own Iron Bundle. That's pretty okay. I'm not terribly worried about the Fluttermane, since we're going to Terra immediately into Steel. I am a little bit worried about the Iron Bundle, but I can at least get a turn off of a Bulk Up to at least get a +1 attack to try and whittle that down as fast as possible. So I'm going to fake out onto the Iron Bundle just to skip its turn. I doubt he has, like, ally switch shenanigans. I don't even think either of them can learn that. It's the only thing I would be worried about, honestly. That was pretty common last generation. I haven't seen it at all, really, this generation, so I don't know if that's going to be a popular tactic, really, this time around. But who knows? The metas change greatly every time they decide to change the VGC rules. But I do wonder what he's going to Terra. Since his Fluttermane isn't super healthy at the moment, he might go Terra Water onto the Iron Bundle. Okay, Iron Bundle went for the Protect. I wonder if he was anticipating that fake out. But we're going to probably eat a Moonblast, yeah. And Gothitelle takes crap ton of damage. Alright. Again, the bulk up was mostly to boost my attack. Setting up a defense in front of two special attackers really does nothing for me. Okay, great. Their Tailwind petered out, so at least they don't have that anymore. We're going to go ahead and Shadow Sneak onto... because he's going to have to make a choice. If we Shadow Sneak onto... yeah, we're going to Shadow Sneak. Take out that target. And then we are going to... I'm going to go for a Protect on Gothitelle. Hopefully he targets me with the Iron Bundle. He probably won't. He probably will go straight for a Hydro Pump onto Ceruledge. Okay, Terra Ice. That actually works great for us because I can Bitter Blade that for super effective damage. So that is a-okay with me. I do hope, though, that Ceruledge doesn't die immediately. That would really suck. Alright. Fluttermane goes down. Now we just gotta worry about Ice Boy here. Excellent. Okay. He will outspeed, absolutely. Iron Bundle is incredibly fast. So what I think I want to do is he's probably going to target Cerulege again. I'm going to go for the Protect just to kind of walk that damage off a little bit. And I am going to go for a Psychic just to do some damage. I don't think this is going to do a whole lot of damage. But hopefully next turn what we can do is we can Shadow Sneak onto the Iron Bundle and hopefully get the KO. Oh, that did a considerable amount of damage. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I really don't think he has a leg to stand on. He can only hit one of us efficiently. So let's go ahead and go for the Shadow Sneak. We're going to go for the Psychic and just go all out. Okay. Yep, he did not have a leg to stand on. He'd only attack one of us, and the other one would take the other one out. Ooh, I just noticed his card, his trainer card, had a shiny Seviper in the background. I do enjoy shiny Seviper. It's a very, very pretty shiny. I just wish that Seviper was not terrible. Anyway, so again, good game. We did make a few mistakes there. We were able to really make up for that, though. I don't think he really had any advantages, and I really kind of screwed his team over pretty badly, taking out his Great Tusk in the first turn. I don't think he wanted me to start out with Fluttermane and who did I send out first? I already forgot. I really don't think he was anticipating what I started with. So, yay, we ranked up. Excellent. Alrighty. I think it might be a little too early to really make any appreciable judgment call on this team, but I am actually really liking this team so far. The Mons work really, really well together, I think. Alrighty, so Kilowattrel. I haven't seen that. So we might have a Sun team, maybe? Definitely Tailwind, though. Kilowattrel does have, it doesn't have wind power. It's another ability that gets a benefit from Tailwind. I can't remember what it is right offhand, because I don't see it that often. But what I think he's probably going to do is he's probably going to lead with Garchomp and maybe Lilligant as a support. Lilligant could carry the Quiver Dance move and be a sweeper on its own, but I think he's probably going to lead with Kilowattrel and Garchomp, just to be a big threat with that Tailwind on Garchomp and get Garchomp set up pretty easy. So I don't think we're going to bring our Cerulege immediately. We might bring it in the back, though. So I'm going to go ahead and set up a little bit of speed control immediately with Iron Bundle. I'm going to also bring Fluttermane, even though the Garchomp's probably... Oh, we're running out of time. Oh man, I hope we got that. Otherwise, we're kind of boned. Spent too much time talking and thinking. Oh, I hope that team went through. We'll see. Alright. As soon as this battle starts... Oh, Baxcalibur and Kilowattrel. Okay. Alright. Let's see, did I get Cerulege in here? I did. But it just took the first 4. Ugh, I don't like that at all. Oh well. That's what we get. Alright, so I can go for a Fake Out on the Kilowattrel. I really am expecting it to do a Tailwind. I can delay that a turn here. And I'm going to go for a... I don't want to use an Ice attack against Baxcalibur. Or Icy Wind, not Freeze Dry. Lord. I'm going to go ahead and... Oops, no, I don't want to Terrasilize. Pokemon... Dragonite. Don't really have a good Pokemon to switch out on, so I'm going to send out Dragonite. It is holding the weakness policy, so if we do take an Ice type attack, we get Thunder Fang. Okay, that's okay. Let's go ahead. Again, Kilowatt Roll is probably the setter here. I'm not super worried about it. Baxcalibur, though, is somewhat of a threat. So I'm going to go ahead and put a Psychic, put some damage on it. I don't have my ability anymore. So what I think I'm going to do is... He's probably going to hit me with an Ice type attack. So I'm going to go for an Extreme Speed, just to do as much damage as I can to Baxcalibur. And that did almost nothing. Okay, that was not worth it at all. And then we see Dragonite go down. That Ice Shard really hurt. That Baxcalibur has got some pretty impressive attack. Okay, so we see Electric Terrain. Okay, so we're setting up for the future Paradox Pokemon. But that's okay. I don't think he really has a good answer. Unless that Baxcalibur is carrying a ground type attack, I don't think he has a really good answer for a steel type here. So we are going to go for another Psychic to put some damage on Baxcalibur. And we are going to Terrasilize and go for a Bulk Up. Yeah. I think that's the play. Go for a Bulk Up. That way we can get a little bit of defense going before Baxcalibur's ridiculous damage. If we eat a ground type move, like an Earthquake here, that's probably the game. But again, we did not bring our best when setting up. Okay, so he's just going to go for Protect. That's totally fine. We just went for chip damage anyway. Volt Switch. Ooh, a crit. That did a good amount of damage, even for a crit. Who are we going to see? We're probably going to see one of his future Paradoxes to soak up that good... Yep, okay. So that's his threat. It is kind of to our advantage, though. Ceruledge does have Flash Fire, so even though I am a Steel type, Flash Fire will eat that fire attack. So really the biggest threat here still is Baxcalibur. Let's go ahead. Gothitelle is very, very healthy at the moment. I'm going to put all my effort into Baxcalibur. I think we can afford to do that. I think he's not planning on Ceruledge having Flash Fire for some reason. But we are going to see a Terra. Might have a Terra Blast. That would be tragic. Terra Bug. Interesting. So, Gothitelle, you in trouble, girl. That's fine, though. Yep, okay. So, he was not either aware or not anticipating the Flash Fire, so totally get that. Ah, we didn't heal back up to full. That would have been nice if we were back up to full health. Okay, we see a Psychic go out. Unfortunately, it's no longer Poison type, so it doesn't hit super effective. That's fine, I guess. And we see Fluttermane. Alright. So, I don't want to hit Fluttermane with a special attack, because it's really not going to do a whole lot. I think what I want to do is, I want to... but we could see a Shadow Ball onto Gothitelle. I'm going to go ahead and for a Protect just to see what he wants to do about Gothitelle. And we are going to go for a Bitter Blade onto Iron Moth, which is now vulnerable to fire. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully it's not carrying Protect, because that would kind of ruin my day. Okay, we see Shadow Ball. This is probably going to hurt. Okay, actually, that didn't really hurt all that much. Okay, he is focusing down Gothita. So let's get some of that health back. We're not going to yeah, not going to heal the full, but that's fine. Fluttermane didn't really do any kind of amount of threatening damage to me. That's the first time I've seen that faint. That was a good fainting animation. Alright, now we see Kilowattrel. Kilowattrel can hit me for neutral damage with electric moves on Ceruledge, so that might be something to worry about, but I don't think it has enough damage to really be worried about. I'm going to go ahead... yeah, let's go for a Psychic on Kilowattrel, and let's go for a Shadow Sneak on Fluttermane here. Okay. Knocks out Fluttermane. Excellent. So maybe that last battle, the crit didn't matter. I would have taken out that Fluttermane regardless. I knew Fluttermane was a little bit frail on the physical side, but I didn't think it was that frail. So that is a little bit surprising to me. Alright, electricity disappears. He's not making good use of it. And let's finish this. Alright. That's 3 wins in a row with this team. I'm digging it. I like it. Olivia, you have good suggestions. I know you showcase a new team almost every single day, but this one is interesting and I enjoy it. Thank you for showcasing this the other day. All right. I am going to take a little bit of a break. I kind of had a long day today. I am a little bit tired, so I want to get up and walk around. My body is just physically tired from today, so I want to get up and walk around, get the blood pumping a little bit. I will be right back. I shouldn't be as long as my normal breaks take, so I'll be back pretty soon. See you in a minute. Alright, I'm back. And I lied. I took about as long as I normally do. Anyway. We are going to continue. This team is working out great. I am very much liking this. Olivia, like I said, she does almost daily videos showcasing a different team. She did one a few days ago that incorporated a midday lichen rock that I thought looked really interesting. Although she said she had some technical issues, and the video is very, very choppy and the audio is completely off. So it was very hard to watch. But I think I might grab that video and look in the description and grab the team and try and create a team around that. Let's see what we got here. We got Golden Go, our friend Golden Go. Probably going to be supported by the Amoonguss. Another big threat is the Fluttermane, although our Ceruledge has been eating up Fluttermanes. So I'm not too worried about that. I think what we should do... the Golden Go is probably going to come out first and immediately Terra into a Steel type. So I wonder if... Let's go ahead and go with Ceruledge first. And our Iron Bundle for some speed. I'm going to bring Fluttermane in the back in case I have to switch out for that Iron Hands, in case I have to eat a fighting move. And I am going to bring... Who should we bring second? I almost want to bring our Amoonguss so that we can maybe predict a Spore. But I think what we're going to do... is we're going to bring out... This is a hard choice. Let's go ahead and bring out Amoonguss in the back so that we... If there are any Spore shenanigans, we can switch into a Spore and just eat that up. And then start doing our own sporing. So, let's go. Iron Bundle and Iron Hands. Okay, not Golden Go. I was really anticipating the Golden Go. I was actually kind of hoping for that Golden Go. We'll likely see a Hydro Pump, though, on Ceruledge. I don't think he's going to anticipate the Steel Terra. We're also likely going to see a Drain Punch onto our Iron Bundle. We could also see an Icy Wind and a Belly Drum. That would be terrifying. I'm going to go ahead for a Protect, just to see what he's doing. I want to see kind of what the idea is here. I'm going to go for an Icy Wind just to kind of slow them down a bit if we don't get an Icy Wind. If he also Icy Winds, then we're just going to be on even ground. Okay, we see a Fake Out instead. That's okay. Okay. So we see an Icy Wind. That does slow down my Iron Bundle. That's not great. So we will be slower. I'm going to go ahead. I'm actually going to swap out here now that he doesn't have the Fake Out available to him. I'm probably going to eat a Drain Punch right to the face. If I Terra, well, no. He's not going to Drain Punch me right in the face. He's probably going to Hydro Pump me right to the face. So let's go ahead and switch out to Amoonguss, actually. We can eat that up on Amoonguss. I'm going to go... I really want the speed priority here, or the speed advantage. So let's go for the Icy Wind. We're probably not going to get the speed advantage since we already lost one on our Iron Bundle, but I do want to slow his down at least. Okay, so he went for an Encore. So it's good that I switched out. Glad I switched out. I did get a crit. Okay, that's helpful. So we are on even footing, though, as far as speed goes. And there goes our Iron Bundle straight for a Drain Punch. So all of that damage that we just did didn't even matter. Not that we did a whole lot of damage. I'm going to go for Fluttermane here. It is a bit of a gamble because Fluttermane is so physically frail. But I think that's the best call here because I am going to go for a Spore. I am going to Spore the Iron Bundle because I really don't want to see another Encore. And we are going to go for a Dazzling Gleam. I would actually probably Terra here into Terra Fairy, but I don't want to lose my fighting immunity because that does kind of neuter his Iron Hands, but I'm probably going to take a Wild Charge right to the face on Fluttermane, and that will probably kill Fluttermane, to be honest. Okay. Not going to get the Spore on Iron Bundle, but we are going to get the Spore on Arcanine, assuming that it's not holding a Lung Barrier. Something equally infuriating. He is going to Terra the Iron Hands. Let's see what he Terras to. Grass. Okay, so he was anticipating the Spore to go onto Iron Hands, and it didn't. So we're good there. So at least I got that Terra out of him, and that Terra really doesn't do him any favors other than carrying that Spore immunity. He had safety goggles, so he had an answer for Spore entirely. And we see the Wild Charge. That's actually going to do... Oh, and we lost connection, I guess. All right, well, that would have been an interesting fight, I think. But, oh well. Let's see, was it my error? It was my error. Huh. Did anything happen to stream? Did I lag or anything? Does anybody know? Let me see. Give me a quick second here. I'm just checking a few things, making sure I'm stable. Huh. Weird. Yeah, everything seems fine on my end. I wonder why I disconnected. That's frustrating. Oh well. And it does count as a loss when it's your disconnect. It does count as a loss for you. So I guess we'll count that as a loss. All right. That would have been a really interesting fight though, because having a grass type and a Pokemon holding safety goggles, I would have not been able to Spore, and I would not have been able to Rage Powder. So that would have just completely and entirely neutered my Amoonguss. Entirely. I might as well have not brought anything. I might as well have brought 3 instead of 4. So, all right. Ooh, Tandemaus. Tandemaus with no Annihilate. I wonder what the strategy is there. Another one that we don't see very often is our little Mudskipper's friend, Clodsire. So I wonder if the setup is just to set up for Fluttermane and Dragonite, maybe Garganacl. The other ones I'm not too worried about. Unless he's trying to go for like population bomb shenanigans, I guess. But even then, that's a huge gamble for him. But I am anticipating him leading off with probably Dragonite, at least. And then maybe the Grimmsnarl. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead with Fluttermane, Iron Bundle for some speed control, bring Ceruledge in the back, and I want to bring Gothitelle, I think. Because I think if I am able to trap that Grimmsnarl, if he's carrying screens, Grimmsnarl, screens and fake out, Grimmsnarl's not going to have a whole lot to do. He's probably only got one attacking move, and it's probably Spirit Break. If he's a typical Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl and Garganacl. Okay, so we're probably going to see screens out of Grimmsnarl right away. And then probably Salt Cure out of Garganacl, unless he's got some weird Terra thing going on. Garganacl can hold its own, though. Garganacl is a pretty impressive rock type. You don't really see a whole lot of rock types being very successful unless they have like a really specific niche. So I'm going to go ahead and go for Dazzling Gleam. We're probably just going to do that right into a Light Screen, which is totally fine. And I want to go for an Icy Wind just to slow these guys down. Got a Fake Out, that's fine. We don't have screens, so we're probably going to do a considerable amount of damage with Dazzling Gleam. Okay, Grimmsnarl is... And this is going to do quite a bit of damage, since Salt Cure does do extra damage to Steel and Water types. So Garganacl is... That's going to hurt. Yeah, Salt Cure. Salt Cure is a good move. I'm glad Garganacl is a thing. Okay, here we're probably going to see screens. But I'm fairly confident that a Dazzling Gleam is still going to kill Grimmsnarl, even through a screen. I'm going to go ahead and try and get a Hydro Pump off on Garganacl. Yeah, it went for Protect. I was like, as long as it doesn't go for Protect. Oh, Parting Shot. So that's going to trash my attack and special attack, and he gets to switch out freely. So we're not going to end up doing a whole lot of damage this turn. Whatever is going to come in is going to eat a little bit of damage from Fluttermane, but with that -1, oh, he sends out his Fluttermane. It's going to do no damage whatsoever. So I'm going to switch out Fluttermane. Iron Bundle is immediately going to die from the damage over time. Oh, that actually did a good amount of damage to a Fluttermane. Although he's very likely just as invested in special defense as I am, which is not at all. And probably max speed and max special attack. But we are going to go in... I think, yeah, we are going to go in with Ceruledge here. I don't think I'm going to take a Salt Cure right away. So I don't have to worry about that first turn. Oh, we are going to switch. We're going to switch out to Gothitelle. And I am going to go for... I'm going to go for the Bulk Up. No, I'm going to Terra and go for the Shadow Sneak onto the Fluttermane. That should take out the Fluttermane, even without the +1. And Garganacl... really hoping it doesn't have Earthquake, because that might spell disaster. Oh, I didn't mention. I did get this Gothitelle yesterday. I did do some shiny hunting off stream to set up this team. I did get this Gothitelle yesterday, and it was marked with the Sociable. So I got really lucky with that. I enjoyed that. And I did use a shiny sandwich to find it, and I only found the one, which was really disappointing. Excuse me. Because I was finding a very large amount of Gothoritas. Oh, he did go for the Salt Cure. Gross. Either he knew exactly what I was doing, or I got really unlucky. I'm gonna think he knew exactly what I was doing, because we even got the Protect on Fluttermane. So that is no bueno for us. I am going to go ahead and fake out on the Garganackle, though. Kind of keep that under control. I don't think Fluttermane is going to have a answer for this Shadow Sneak. So really not great for us that we got that Salt Cure. It is going to do quite a considerable amount of damage to us now that we're Steel type. But I'm glad I didn't go for the Bulk Up. That probably would have been worse. Alright, I just want to keep that Garganackle under control. Let's see what we've got next. Yeah, that's just going to eat me alive. Grimmsnarl again. Okay. I wonder if Grimmsnarl is also carrying the Protect to delay me and eat more of that Salt Cure damage. And that very well could be. So I'm going to go for the Heal Pulse and Protect, because I think he wants to get rid of this Ceruledge as soon as possible. And I am anticipating the fake out from Grimmsnarl anyway. And he went for Gothitelle. That sucks. He is outplaying me very, very well. And I don't know if he knows it. Although it's happened twice now, so I think he knows exactly what he's doing. Probably a fan of Olivia, too. Yeah. I don't like this. I was hoping to get some recovery there. Aside from... Yeah, I think I'm okay. I think I'm kind of okay here. I'm going to go for the Psychic on Garganackle just to put some damage on it. I am going to go for the Shadow Sneak. No, I want to go for a Bitter Blade on Grimmsnarl. At least it'll give me some HP back. Okay, he goes for Light Screen. That's fine. It'll give me some HP back. I might, if Garganackle doesn't focus me, which I'm sure he won't, or which I'm sure he will, I should survive this tick of Salt Cure. What I really should have done is I should have Heal Pulsed, but I don't think I... Oh, he went for a Salt Cure. Okay. Again, I should survive this tick of Salt Cure thanks to Bitter Blade healing me up a little bit. No. Okay. Gross. I hate that. So down goes Ceruledge. Granted, this is the first time we've seen Ceruledge go down at all. So I think we're doing pretty okay. Not this fight, just in general. But he did set up that light screen, so that does kind of hurt Fluttermane a bit. And we see Clodsire. I have no idea what to expect from this Clodsire, other than maybe Toxic? So let's go ahead and go for the Psychic on Clodsire. And we are... I kind of don't want to do Dazzling Wind because Clodsire can just eat that. But then again, Fluttermane could go down here to a... I'm going to go for Shadow Ball because it's neutral on both of them. But I am anticipating maybe a Poison Jab from Clodsire, which even from Clodsire, Fluttermane is not going to be very appreciative of because, again, it is very physically frail. Not a whole lot of damage. That's worrying. Okay. Okay, we see Salt here. I wonder... He has leftovers. I wonder why he's not using anything else other than Salt Cure. Okay, so we do see a Toxic. Kind of a variety of things that we could see. We could see... oh, I forgot the move. It's the one that does double damage when you're poisoned. Is Toxic Shock? No, that's a disease. Can't remember. More damage from the Salt Cure. This fight has not gone our way at all. He has outplayed us almost every step of the way. So that is terribly unfortunate. Let's go ahead. Garganackle really isn't doing anything other than Salt Cure. Even when I already have a Salt Cure on me, he just does it again. So, I'm just going to stick with putting a lot of pressure on this Clodsire. Okay, he's going to Terra probably the Clodsire. Yeah. What does he Terra into? Normal. Interesting. So, I guess he stayed poison to get the Toxic off, because Toxic is 100% accuracy when you're poison type. If you're not poison type, it's not 100% accuracy. Ooh, a crit. That's great. And see, we see another Salt Cure. I wonder what the... Like... Ugh. It has Recover. It's a stall team. A stall team in the year 2023 of our Lord. We see a stall team. This used to be very popular back in the day. You would put Toxic on an opponent or trap them in like a Fire Spin or something of that nature and just stall for days. You'd send out Wall Rain or Snorlax or something equally just bulky and awful to deal with and just do this. I don't think we're going to be able to do enough damage fast enough to take out both Clodsire and Garganackle. But we'll try. Oh, Gothitelle is the only one that can do it because now I'm doing Shadow Ball into a normal type. I'm just gonna call it here. We're just gonna start a new battle. A stall team. I thought those were done and over with. I thought I was safe from a stall team. Apparently not. Garganackle did not respect that Garganackle. I really don't think it was going to be much of a threat, but he got the predict on my Steel Terra perfectly. But because he was just throwing only Salt Cure, I don't think he predicted it, and we just got really unlucky. So, I don't think I really could have played that any differently, to be honest. I think he would have Salt Cured me regardless. But I think we probably would have been better off bringing Amoonguss instead of what we brought. I should have. What I really should have done is I should have seen the Salt Cure coming and not brought Iron Bundle, because that amount of damage from Salt Cure off the bat was a little gross. The Garganackle didn't. It had leftovers. It was sitting there just munching on leftovers and just recovering what chip damage I could do to it. So I have no idea why he just kept spamming Salt Cure, especially on something that already had the Salt Cure dot on it. I don't understand the logic behind that, but obviously it worked. I don't know. Maybe he literally only has one move and the other 3 slots are completely empty. I have no idea. All right. Let's see what we got. We have a Sun team. Probably also going to see a Tailwind from Staraptor. We don't see Staraptor too often, though. It does hit very hard. It just doesn't have a whole lot of utility other than it just being a hard hitter. But for a regional bird, a regional starting bird, very good Pokemon. But we're likely going to see Torkoal out immediately, probably with either Brute Bonnet or Fluttermane to get that photosynthesis off. So they're probably holding something that I don't want them to be holding. I'm thinking that it's probably going to be Fluttermane, because Fluttermane with a photosynthesis buff and choice specs is no fun at all. So what I think I want to do... Brute Bonnet is not going to appreciate... They're not going to appreciate Ceruledge being immune to fire and resisting everything Fluttermane can throw at it. So let's do that. I am going to bring Amoonguss, my Fluttermane, and Gothitelle. I am a little bit worried about speed priority here, that Staraptor can set up Tailwind, I suppose, but it doesn't get priority like Talonflame does, so it probably doesn't have it. I think his idea is just to have a decent Sun team, but we don't see Torkoal right off the bat, so that is interesting. Ceruledge is protected by its hold item, the Clear Amulet, so I don't have to worry about the Intimidate at all. And it is holding the Booster Energy, so it's not choice specs. So that is good to know. It could be carrying Mystical Fire, but again, super not worried about that since I have Flash Fire. So I think I'm safe to go ahead and Terra here. I'm going to go ahead and bulk up once. I am not going to go for the Rage Powder, but I will go for the Spore onto... I wonder if I should go onto Arcanine just to keep it from... No, I'm going to go on to Fluttermane. Fluttermane has the potential to do the most damage here. I suppose it could do a Mystical Fire onto Amoonguss, and I could also get the Fire Fang or Flame Charge or something from our friend Arcanine. Ooh, a gross amount of damage from Arcanine, or from Fluttermane there. And, ooh, a crit. Okay, so this did not work out at all the way I wanted it to. First turn. See some recoil damage. We're going to bulk up. We do know that Fluttermane, unless it's invested in defense, will go down to Shadow Sneak. I'm actually going to go out and go with Gothitelle because Arcanine apparently hurts really bad and is probably invested wholly in attack. So our Fluttermane, probably not the greatest idea to bring it. Let's go ahead for the Shadow Sneak. And I'm gonna go for the Fake Out onto Arcanine. Unless Arcanine protects here, that should be the good play. Arcanine loses its turn. We're going to Shadow Sneak onto the Fluttermane. Fluttermane goes bye-bye. So that was a really good turn for us. Arcanine didn't switch out and it didn't protect. But what I'm thinking is next turn what I want to do is I'm going to protect on Ceruledge unless we have... Okay, we have Brute Bonnet. Brute Bonnet could threaten Gothitelle. But it could also Terra into something I don't want it to, and Bitterblade could be a little bit less effective. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Bitterblade into Brute Bonnet. And Psychic into the Arcanine. Just kind of go a little bit offensive. Oh god. Sucker Punch from Brute Bonnet. I was not expecting that. Probably. And another crit. Oh my god. 2 crits in 1-hit KOs on Arcanine. Good. Knock yourself out. Please. Okay, we see the 1 shot on the Brute Bonnet. That is going to give us a good amount of HP back, thankfully. Brute Bonnet does have a good HP pool to suck health from. Let's go Flutter Mane. I am going to Shadow Sneak onto that Arcanine. I am so sick of that Arcanine. And Torkoal. Not super afraid of Torkoal. At least this gives me my photosynthesis on top of my choice specs, so he's kind of helping me here. Let's go for a Shadow Sneak onto Arcanine. I don't think it has the Protect, which is very nice for me. And we are going to go for the Power Gem, actually, onto Torkoal. Arcanine, go home. Go home. I don't want you here. You're uninvited to my birthday party. This should... Oh, 1 hit the Torkoal. Excellent. Okay. Torkoal's normally a little bit more tanky than that, but I don't think he invested in special defense at all. So, there we go. Kind of a scary fight. We kind of got pushed back a little bit, but that turn immediately after with the fake out onto Arcanine and Brute Bonnet nearly murdering us with a surprise Sucker Punch, living on 4 HP, was pretty much just luck. I think had the damage calculator rolled a little bit differently, we would have lost that damage roll on Sucker Punch. Key thing there, kill the Arcanine. It's gonna crit you twice in a row and knock out your tankier Pokemon in 1 hit. So, lesson learned. Murder the Arcanine. Oh. Having a hard time getting comfortable in my chair. Like I said, I had a pretty long day. I am physically worn out. I might have actually canceled the stream for tonight and just gone to bed early, but it's my body that's tired. My mind was really looking forward to doing this and really playing this because I've been setting this team up for the last 2 days. Alright, what we got? Oh look, another Arcanine, my favorite. A lot of familiar faces. We don't see Palafin too often these days, but we know what it does, so I think we can anticipate that pretty well. I don't know that he wants to bring it, though, especially when I have an Amoonguss and a Iron Bundle, because it's not going to be able to do a whole lot against those two. But he may look at my Ceruledge and go, tasty. So, but I think what's a more realistic setup for him is either Arcanine and Amoonguss, not together, but on their own, and probably Fluttermane and Iron Hands. So any combination of those four, I'm pretty sure if he does bring Palafin and Dragonite, they're going to be in the back. So I'm going to bring Ceruledge first. I do want to... Let's bring Gothitelle, Amoonguss in the back, and Fluttermane. Again, bringing Fluttermane in the back to try and soak up a fighting move into Ceruledge. If after I go Terra Steel, he's probably going to target me with a Drain Punch, and I want to be able to answer that with an immunity. I would rather answer it with an immunity rather than wasting one of my protects. Okay, so we see Arcanine and Fluttermane, so we kind of saw that coming. Oh no, Gothitelle's attack went down. No. Let's go ahead and Terra. I'm going to go bulk up here. And I am going to fake out onto the Arcanine so it can't do any of its stupid shenanigans. I'm probably going to eat a Shadow Ball to the face. But I'm kind of okay with that. After this turn, Gothitelle is more just there to put a little bit of chip damage on with Psychic. I don't really anticipate that I will get much use out of Heal Pulse. Yeah, Shadow Ball. Oh, onto Ceruledge. Okay. I figured he would have targeted Gothitelle. So, that's okay. So we know a +1 will absolutely ruin Fluttermane's day, so let's go ahead and ruin Fluttermane's day. And I am actually going to Heal Pulse onto Ceruledge here, just to get that HP back. Fluttermane, goodbye. This Ceruledge really makes short work of Fluttermane to the point where it is laughably no longer a threat in any capacity. So he went for a fire move onto Ceruledge, which is understandable. Again, I think a lot of people aren't quite, not familiar, but probably not quite in the know that Ceruledge carries Flash Fire. So we see the Iron Hands. I'm going to go ahead and he's probably going to go for the Drain Punch. Although, I'm not 100% sure. It could also be Belly Drum. So I'm going to go for a Protect. And I am going to Psychic the Iron Hands. Just put a good amount of damage on it. Okay, close combat. Good to know that the Arcanine is carrying close combat. So next turn, I definitely want to switch out and Thunder Punch. Okay. It's kind of interesting. He didn't go for a fighting move from Iron Hands. I am actually going to, just because I have 2 fighting type threats on the field, I am going to go switch out to Fluttermane here. And I'm going to go for another Psychic onto Iron Hands, just to really threaten it out. I don't want it to feel too comfortable. It might actually go for a Drain Punch and get some HP back, and that's kind of no problem. He went for a Fake Out on a second turn. Okay, so that was either a misclick or a mistake on his part. And we get the knockout. So we get... Oh, it's crit. Cool. That crit mattered. That crit probably... Or without the crit, I probably would not have knocked it out. So that's great for us. I'm sure he's super happy about that. And he's got an Amoonguss. He's got an Amoonguss. I got an Amoonguss. Let's go ahead. I'm going to Power Gem onto the Arcanine because I really just want to get rid of it. And we are also... Amoonguss is probably going to Spore someone. which I guess is okay. He can't spore everyone faster than I can take him out. So I'm just going to let him. Okay, so we see a Terra onto Arcanine. Normal, so he probably carries extreme speed, which is to be expected. Yeah, there we go. Extreme speed. Ooh, gonna hurt. But Gothitelle just eats that up. Excellent. The Power Gem's not gonna do as much damage as if he had stayed fire, which is totally fine. But we are gonna get a good amount of damage on Amoonguss. Wow, that did way more damage than I was anticipating that it was gonna do. He is likely going to try and spore Gothitelle, so I think I'm just going to kind of play around with that and switch out to my Amoonguss, eat that spore, and just kind of run a little bit of shenanigans on him. So I am just going to try and get the wake up and send in my Amoonguss. Very confident that he's going to spore. He also could do another extreme speed into Amoonguss, and Amoonguss should be able to absorb that damage pretty easily. Yeah, it did a little bit more than I was anticipating, but not a concerning amount of damage. Oh, Pollen Puff. Interesting. Alright, we didn't get the wake up, that's fine. Let's go ahead and get into... I'm going to play his game. I'm going to spore his Arcanine. Fluttermane woke up. That's good. He's going to get a little bit more damage on Arcanine. Ooh, Psychic Fangs. Don't like that. And Pollen Puff to heal Arcanine. But we are going to put that Arcanine to sleep. Alright. Fluttermane is kind of stuck at the moment. Even if I do switch out, I'm not really going to gain any kind of advantage. I do gain a little bit of an advantage to do a fairy move, which would do a little bit more. But I'm going to keep it in and just keep the pressure on with... actually, I'm going to put more pressure on Amoonguss, because it can just heal. And I am... I'm going to go for a Giga Drain. If it lets me get that off, at least I can heal a little bit more. I don't think I'm going to live, though, to get the Giga Drain off. A good amount of damage on Amoonguss. Leaf Storm. Onto Fluttermane. That's okay. Amoonguss does kind of hurt itself here by trashing its special attack. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to live here. I think I'm going to take an extreme speed, and Amoonguss is going to go right down. Oh, it's asleep. Duh. It's not going to extreme speed. So Amoonguss should go down here. Excuse me. And I'm just going to go for a Giga Drain, I guess. There's really no answer that he has. He can't heal anymore, or he shouldn't be able to heal unless Arcanine is carrying Morning Sun, which I doubt. And we go for Psychic Fangs. Fluttermane goes down, which is fine. We still got Ceruledge. Amoonguss is healing up. Amoonguss should... maybe not. He might be able to take another extreme speed to the face. Oh, and we still have Gothitelle. I completely forgot she was still alive. Let's go ahead and go into Ceruledge. Ceruledge is our main damage dealer. He can extreme speed into us, but it shouldn't do a whole lot of damage. So I'm not too worried about that. Let's go ahead, Bitter Blade, and Giga Drain. Why not? I had a couple of options that I could have done here. And then that extra tankiness on our Ceruledge is really helping us. I'm surprised that that close combat did not knock out, to be honest. I think a smarter choice is I probably should have done a Rage Powder. But this Ceruledge has such a funky EV spread that I think I probably would have been boned there had I been fully invested in speed and attack and no investment in defense whatsoever. And no investment in HP. A lot of its investment is in HP, so it can absorb quite a good amount of damage, a lot more than, you know, your standard sweeper Ceruledge. So I really think that paid off. So the EV spread is making a little bit more sense. I guess the exact values, though, not making a whole lot of sense. Had this been a format like a Smogon format, it would have made a little bit more sense. Smogon formats tend to be hyper-specific to however they set up their tiers and what's in that tier and what checks this and that. So a lot of times those have highly specific EV spreads, but this ain't Smogon. All right, a Sandy Shocks and a Fire Tauros. Haven't seen those at all, so interesting picks. Could be a Sun team, maybe. It could also be, well, he's probably going to lead with Talonflame and a flying, not Garchomp. Oh, man. Completely forgetting its name. Tyranitar. So, probably a flying Tyranitar. I want to bring Iron Bundle. Let's go ahead and also, it's going to be flying type. Let's also bring, no, I'm going to bring Fluttermane first, and then Ceruledge. And he has no way to deal with Spore, really. So, oops. There we go. He has no way to really deal with Spore unless somebody's carrying safety goggles. So that's kind of my idea of bringing Amoonguss in the back. But I'm anticipating Bird and Godzilla as his start. And he's probably going to immediately Terra into a flying type on Tyranitar. Yep. Okay, so exactly what I thought he did. He did. Which is fine. What I actually want to do here, he's likely going to Tailwind right off the bat with Gale Wings. And that Tyranitar is going to get a little bit of speed. I don't know if he's going to outspeed. He probably will outspeed with that. Huh. Do I go into the Freeze Dry or the Icy Wind to slow it down? I'm going to go into the Icy Wind to slow it down. And I'm also going to go into the Power Gem, anticipating that Tyranitar is going to be a flying type. This may just immediately result in my Fluttermane's death, however. And he doesn't Terra. Interesting. So this Power Gem is not going to do much. I really do want to switch out now that I'm locked into... Oh, locked. Yeah, Iron Bundle's not going to like that. Although, it is good to know that I outspeed. Even with their Tailwind. Talonflame also loses its... Gale Wings. So, I am actually... Now he's probably going to Terra. I'm going to go to Hydro Pump to hopefully get the knockout on the Tyranitar. If he Terras here, it might not knock out. But I am definitely going to switch out Fluttermane here. into Amoonguss. Amoonguss should be able to survive pretty much anything other than possibly a Brave Bird or a Terra Blast, a flying Terra Blast from Tyranitar. Okay, he doesn't Terra again. So, ooh. I wonder. So we're going to eat a Brave Bird. Ooh, and we live. Cool. So that's going to do a good amount of damage to Talonflame. And we see Iron Bundle go. I am a little... Oh, and Amoonguss dies. Gross. Oh, that did not work out in my favor at all. So really, I have no choice here. So I am going to go for... Of course, I'm going to Terra right away. I am going to go to... I don't think Talonflame's going to have anything for me. I'm going to go for a Shadow Sneak on the Tyranitar. I don't know that this is going to KO. And I'm going to Dazzling Gleam. I don't know that Fluttermane is going to be able to get this off. Now he Terras. What does he Terra? Okay, we're Terra. Finally, we go Flying type. Okay. That delay really kind of put me off balance. It really, really did. We're still going to hit for neutral damage, though, on Tyranitar with the Shadow Sneak. And so is the Dazzling Gleam, which I kind of anticipated, but I don't see Fluttermane sticking around too long. Don't get the KO on Tyranitar. So I wonder if that Tyranitar has like an Assault Vest that's making it a little bit tankier than it should be. I don't think we're going to win this. We're basically at a 1v4. So this is not going to go in our favor. On the bright side, though, I can get a Bitter Blade off and just soak up a little bit more HP from Tyranitar, and I think that's what I'm going to do. We're not quite done. Okay. He taunted me, probably anticipating a Protect. Ugh. So, we don't get the stat drop from the low kick for the speed drop because of our clear amulet, but that did a considerable amount of damage. So I don't think that Swirledge can withstand... I don't think it can withstand even an attack from Talonflame at this point. I'm pretty sure he's going to Brave Bird, and it's just going to do enough damage to take me out. On the bright side, though, I am not taking chip damage from the Sandstorm because I'm Steel, so that's nice. Alright, we see a Roaring Moon. I'm pretty sure his Tailwind is still up, although it might peter out this turn. Did it peter out? Oh, it petered out earlier. But he had the booster energy on his... what am I thinking of? Roaring Moon. So this is not going to do super effective damage. Yeah, it's going to have speed. And we are toast. That delay on his Tyranitar really, really put me off balance. I really, really anticipated him to Terra immediately. And because he didn't, I wasn't able to really capitalize on Flying Tyranitar's weaknesses. So I made poor predictions that time, even though I correctly guessed its Terra type. I correctly guessed his starters. Alright. that Sandstorm 2 also really kind of hurt after he did the rock slide and got 2 KOs. That really did not help. I wonder too if I should not have started out. No, I probably still would have started out with Fluttermane doing Power Gem, just because I really anticipated that Tyranitar to go immediately into a Terra Flying. So I probably would have brought it anyway, even if I thought he was going to do something else. I did not consider that he would delay his Terra that long. Mistake on my part. Noted, though. Ooh, an Espeon. I hope it's shiny. I love shiny Espeon so much. We do see the return of Volcarona. I wonder if it's going to be a support, like a lot of the Volcaronas that we've seen. I personally do not run mine as a support because I like it too much to do that. But we do see some threats in the Iron Treads and Gyarados. Although Gyarados kind of is a budget Incineroar, to be honest. So I'm actually going to bring... Let's set up speed priority first. I'm going to bring Fluttermane first. Just because I think he's going to bring the Gyarados in. We haven't really brought in Dragonite at all. We've kind of neglected Dragonite entirely this time around in our ranked struggle. Let's actually bring Gothitelle in the back. I don't know, I just haven't found like a really good spot for Dragonite. Dragonite is one of the ones though that from the original team that I changed pretty significantly. So maybe that's why I'm not very confident in it. Maybe. I don't know. I just haven't had a good opening for it. Don't know. Oh well. Aw, it's not shiny. Now what I used to do with Espeon back in the day is I made sure that it had magic bounce so it couldn't be taunted, and I would run it as a screen setter because it is decently fast, but it's not quite as good a screen setter as some others like Grimmsnarl. So it is interesting. I am interested to see what it does. I am actually going to go for the Protect here, anticipating a Salt Cure. And then I am going to Dazzling Gleam all over them. So I want to see the Salt Cure. I outspeed the Espeon, so that's interesting. Okay, so we do see a Light Screen. And we see a Salt Cure. Alright, so that's what he wants to do, is set up screens and throw a Salt Cure. So I wonder if that Espeon should be anything to be worried about. If it's not invested in speed, it's probably invested in special attack and HP. Because that's what I would do. But I'm also bad. So maybe that's not the right right call. I am going to Hydro Pump into Garganacl. It might take it out. And we are going... Well, maybe not, because he got screens up. So that is a thing. We might actually see a Shadow Ball come out of Espeon. We'll see. I'm going to try and do as much damage as I can. Try and disrespect that Garganacl as much as possible. We see a Terra on... Garganacl? Okay. Poison. Interesting. Can Garganacl learn Toxic? So this Hydro Pump's probably not going to do a whole lot. No, it didn't. So we're going to take another Salt Cure to the face and take more damage than I really wanted to. Espeon does exactly how I would run it. which is to set screens. You see the Salt Cure, it does a good amount of damage because we are water type. The chip damage from that is going to hurt, or the dot damage rather. He's also holding leftovers, so same as the one that we saw before, but I don't think he's going to be as flippant with his Salt Cures. Whoops. Oh, got a little button happy there. I'm going to switch in Gothitelle on Iron Bundle to save it from some of that damage. And with Fluttermane, we are just going to continue to do Dazzling Gleam. We're locked into it. It should knock out the Espeon, but I don't think Garganacl has anything productive for Fluttermane unless it's carrying maybe Poison Jab. Okay, it goes for a protect. I think it was just going to try and stall me. That's fine. It is interesting to know, though, again, that the Espeon is slower than Fluttermane. So I wonder if he was fully invested in HP and special attack, or HP and something else, or just fully defensive. Garganacl doing Garganacl things where it just stalls. He does still have that light screen up, so I do have to be somewhat aware that my special attacks are not going to be hitting as hard. I'm going to go for a fake out on the Robot Delibird here. And again, we are going to continue to Dazzling Gleam until Fluttermane gets taken out. Good amount of damage on that Iron Bundle, so that's good. So we see another Salt Cure. It's not going to do as much damage as it would to our Iron Bundle or our Steel Terra Ceruledge. But that Leftovers is doing some work. It's healing quite a bit of health on the Garganacl that I kind of have to undo. But he's not really getting a whole lot of traction. I guess I'm not surprised he's not doing Toxic. I don't think Garganacl can learn Toxic. But we're going to hit it with a Psychic. And we're also going to go for another Dazzling Gleam. He's probably going to do an Icy Wind here. Okay, he's looking for Protect. And so he is absolutely stalling as much as he possibly can. Hydro Ball. Okay. This should kill the Iron Bundle. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I couldn't remember exactly how much HP it had. Psychic into a Protect. Nothing. He's stalling. He wants to get as much health back from those leftovers and chip away at me with Salt Cure. I wonder why he hasn't gone for a Salt Cure on Fluttermane, though. I guess he saw the Gothitelle as more of a threat because it's a Psychic type? I guess. I'm not 100% sure. And we see Gyarados. Its Intimidate goes off, but it really doesn't matter to our team. All right. I would probably go for a Protect here just to kind of soak up some of that damage. But we're on borrow time since we are Salt Cured. And shockingly, we are going to go for another Dazzling Gleam. Not a whole lot of damage on Gyarados. Interesting. And that did not instantly murder our Fluttermane. Interesting. I wonder if that Gyarados is defensively invested. They do have the Once Well Trained titles, though, so I almost wonder, too, if this guy is just using his playthrough team, and their EVs are just random and completely everywhere. I guess that could be a thing. Okay. And gonna go for a Dazzling Gleam. Ooh, Earthquake. Double KO. That's fine. It's still a 1v2. Although, if he is carrying Earthquake, that is kind of threatening to Ceruledge. I think I should be fine, though. I am going to go ahead and Terra here anyway, even though it's really not going to offer me any kind of useful resistance or protection, since he does carry the Earthquake, and he presumably also carries a physical water move. But at least it'll hit me. Physical water move would hit me neutrally, but I very much doubt that he'll do that. Oh. Also didn't realize he was almost dead, so Shadow Sneak. Icy Wind. Just because. Although with me carrying the Shadow Sneak, me going for a Terra here is just wasting everybody's time. I really didn't think of that. I should have just gone for the Shadow Sneak and just ended it as quickly as possible. Okay, he goes for a Protect. Stalling for stall's sake, I guess. Icy Wind and the Protect. Shadow Sneak, Icy Wind, let's go. He could have Aqua Jet, I suppose. But I think I would still probably outspeed unless he's fully invested in speed. Either way, an Aqua Jet is not going to take out Ceruledge in one hit, so I'm not that worried. Oh man, is he just not doing anything just to waste time? Did he think I was like BMing with my Terra? Oh, he goes for the double Protect and he gets the Protect. Okay. I think he's just wasting my time at this point. If he goes for a triple Protect and it gets it on the third one, I am just gonna go to bed. I'm just gonna go to bed. Alright. He is gonna take his precious time. That's totally fine. Although, we have been streaming for about 2 hours, which is about what I wanted to do tonight. So I think after this battle, I actually will probably get off for the night. It's a good stopping point. We'll end on a high note. We'll know we end on a win this time around. I know back in the day I used to get into the habit of playing League of Legends and Overwatch, and you know, you say to yourself, I just want one more win, and that win just does not come, and you end up just spending like the next 4 hours on a huge losing streak, getting salty as all get out in Overwatch, and you're just like, I just need that win so I can go to bed. And you look at the clock and it's like 4:30 in the morning, and you're just like, why do I do this to myself? Oh, been there many times. Alrighty, do we want to continue battling? No. Alright. So, I wasn't really keeping very close track on our win-loss with this team, but I do feel like we won more than we lost. I actually really enjoyed this team. I don't know that I enjoyed it more than our original team that we started with last Wednesday, but I do definitely really enjoy this team. So I think we may use it into Friday when we do more ranked content. but I really want to kind of suffer through Olivia's video with all the technical issues and see what that midday Lycanroc team is all about. It looked really interesting. I like using underused Pokemon like Lycanroc, so I am really interested to learn about that team and see how that will do. So my homework for Thursday, I think, will be to try and get myself a shiny Lycanroc. We are going to be doing more shiny hunting, even though I've probably done more shiny hunting this week than I did on Saturday, to be honest. We are going to be doing a lot more shiny hunting this weekend, definitely. And like I said, I do have it set up with a friend of mine that we will be doing a union circle into his Scarlet World and shiny hunting some Paradox forms that we don't have access to normally. So I'm actually really excited about that. On my list is to get a Fluttermane, possibly a Screamtail because of how annoying that was last Friday, which is interesting. We didn't see any Screamtails tonight. Kind of thankful for that. And what was the other one that I really wanted? I do want a Roaring Moon, but I don't want to use it, if that makes sense. There was another one I wanted. What did I want? I don't remember. It'll come to me later. Anywho, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys on Friday. Bye.